Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another 5 metas every pro should know video. Today we're covering the Philippines, which is probably one of the most difficult countries in GeoGuessr. I don't think there's a bunch of set metas for it. So we're going to use some metas here that might help you out with island guessing, some a bit more niche, but some generally for agricultural stuff, geographical stuff. Stuff like that. So hopefully this will help you out with your Philippines guessing, because it is, of course, a very hard country. And I'll see you guys at the end of the video. All right, our first meta here is going to be talking about geographical stuff, as you guys see. Let me switch over the other webcam, actually. There we go. Which is much better for you guys to see the map. We're going to start off with the chocolate hills of Bohol. Bohol, the island north of Mindanao here, the bigger one. And in Bohol, there's going to be a bunch of very cool, like, dome-shaped hills, which are, I don't know, really interesting, honestly, because, you know, this is quite an interesting geographical phenomenon. Big tourist attraction, from what I've heard as well. Here's another good view right next to the hills. We just have those pretty interesting, like, shaped hills. This is probably the best viewpoint that you're going to get. They're called chocolate hills because I guess during the summertime or during dry season, it does turn a bit brown. So it does kind of look like that chocolate color in general. But yeah, we just have like hills everywhere here. They're just such a weird natural phenomenon to see. And it goes like all throughout this middle portion of the island here. So like just west of this Bohol label and then south of it as well. But yeah, you can see more here. Okay, I don't know why it's showing 2 tags there, but yep. Just that general hilly shape. You won't get around like this too often, but if you do see these chocolate hills, of course, then you know where to guess, because Bohol is going to have that all day of the week inside that middle of the island. All right, and then we'll move over to the Arayat volcano, which is the volcano here north of Manila. Around it, it's going to be a very flat grassland. So a bunch of corn, different kind of crops being grown, basically. But you'll just see a bunch of flat grassland leading up to just a pretty distinct volcano, and it's like pretty much the only hill that you're going to see in the area. I guess you can see some hills here, but like it's pretty much standing out on its own. You can see it from a bunch of the main roads as well. This one's a bit less clear because you do have some dense tree cover around the base of the volcano here, but you can still see it from quite a ways off as well. And it has a decently distinct shape, I'd say, with a little caldera at the top there, and a bit of elongated shape on this one. So yeah, just be on the lookout for the Arayat volcano. It's pretty easily 5Kable. You can just find it, know where it is. And yeah, it's probably one of the more distinct things, I would say, that you can get in the Philippines to guess off of. All right, and then the Mayon volcano, which is down here southeast of Naga. This one is a crazy volcano. Look at that. It's an absolute behemoth of a volcano. You can kind of make out the top here. It's usually covered by clouds. But yeah, you can just make out how absolutely massive that thing is. Look at this. It's just crazy, huge, and it has more of a pointy shape to it. Yeah, I mean, here it is just covered by clouds because, you know, it is mostly going to be covered by clouds. This is probably the best view that you're going to get. Look at that thing. That thing is huge. And, yeah, I mean, Mayon volcano, very distinct one as well, especially given the shape and the sheer magnitude of it. So, definitely a good geographical clue for guessing in, southeastern Luzon. All right, next we'll move on to the small island of Siquijor, I believe it's called, which is just southwest of Bohol here. And a lot of the lamps on Siquijor are going to have these yellow and black stripes on them at the base. To Plunkett's knowledge, at least, and my knowledge, because most of my knowledge derives from Plunkett, you will not see these lamp bottoms on any other lamp in any other island on the Philippines, at least, with the black and yellow alternating stripes on it, just to signal bikers, hey, there's a lamp here, maybe don't drive here, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can see a lot of it throughout the island. It's mainly found, I would say, completely on this main ring road here, the yellow road. So if you see one of these, I wouldn't stray towards the middle of the island, I would just, yeah, straight towards the main road, because a lot of these roads in here are just very rural roads, so they're not going to have lamps. Like, yeah, I mean, you're going to get the one-off utility pole, but not as many lamps as you will on that main road here. So you're looking for that black and yellow stripes. They're a bit hard to spot sometimes, but if you do see them, then it's a good indication that you can make a very, very nice guess in Siquijor. All right, next we're going to be talking about 3 crops here. Pineapples, to start, are pretty much exclusively found on Mindanao. There's a good amount of pineapple plantations here and down towards General Santos, mostly owned by Dole, I think. Dole, big pineapple producer, of course, and probably the biggest pineapple exporter in the entire world. But yeah, you can recognize pineapples quite easily because they do have these spiky boys at the top, just as if you would see in any pineapple that you buy. But yeah, a lot of the soil near here, very red, and you can see a bunch of pineapples growing in them, kind of similar to stuff that I would see at home on Hawaii. But yeah, just a bunch of pineapples visible here, and you can just spot them because they just seem like very sharp grass poking out of the ground. And then here near General Santos, you just get fields and fields of this pineapple being grown. So yeah, those are pretty much the main 2 places, I would say, down here and then here. So if you do see pineapples ever, I'd probably guess one of those 2 places. There are, of course, exceptions to every rule. Somebody could just be growing some random pineapples on random plantations, but the general rule is Mindanao is pretty much only where you get pineapples. Oil palms as well. You will pretty much only get that on Mindanao. I believe it was just like recently proposed by people in the Filipino government to start growing oil palms because it's a good climate for it. So you can pretty much see these. It's a bit harder to find like good oil palm plantations. Here's a really good one where you can see it from the main road here. But yeah, pretty much this area and here, northwest of General Santos, again, you will just get some oil palms just randomly growing in a plantation. I guess it's not random if it's a plantation, but yeah, oil palms in the Philippines, which are, I would say, still hard-pressed to find. You can pretty much find them exclusively on Mindanao as well. And then the banana plantations, another Mindanao meta. A lot of them around Davao City. And yeah, you just get this really gray-looking soil, I'd say, with, a bunch of banana plants around. A lot of it is around Tagum and Davao City here. So if you do just see, banana plants growing randomly, any situation like this, I mean, you can get banana plants like just randomly growing on the side of a random road, but if you see like, neatly organized plantation, you know where to guess. And around Davao City, and in this area as well, kind of where the pineapples were, in between Mount Dulong and the Kalatungan Mountains, you will get some banana plantations as well. But generally, those 3 crops are mostly grown on Mindanao. Obviously, exceptions, of course, but I would definitely stray towards a little Mindanao guess if you see any of those 3 crops being grown. All right, our 4th meta takes us to West Mindanao Moss. So another meta for Mindanao. Most of the island of Mindanao, because of its location, I would assume, to Muslim countries such as, Indonesia and Malaysia and Brunei. They do practice a decent amount of Islam here, and you do get a lot of mosques, especially in Western Mindanao. It's the most common. Pretty much every big city you can go to is going to have a pretty intricate looking, very cool looking mosque, and a lot of people do practice Islam around here. So you will get some very, very cool structures here, and it's not like they're very hard to spot either, because a lot of them are going to have the minarets that you can see here, and have very, very cool designs. Even in Zamboanga, we got some here. But yeah, just very cool mosque designs. Bit of a shorter one, but if you do see a mosque, it is most likely going to be Mindanao, and more likely to be Western Mindanao at that. All right, our last meta takes us to some guardrails, really digging deep in the bag for this one. We got Cordillera concrete guardrails, which are found in this province here, pretty much the mountain province, I'd say. of Luzon. But yeah, you will get these, probably not the best example there, but you will get these black and white striped guardrails in this province, and as well as like black and yellow. I think black and yellow is probably the most common one that you can find. But yeah, a lot of them are like just faded. I feel like this was probably maybe painted at some point, but yeah, just very faded. And you will see this design on a lot of roads that don't have the guardrails, but they do have the concrete ones. Just obviously indicating to drivers that there's a steep fall off here, as there is on this one. So yeah, if you see this, go straight for the mountain province in Luzon. And then the other one that we got is Bicol white guardrails with the 3 black stripes. So the Bicol area here in the Philippines, which extends to Masbate as well. So Masbate will have these white guardrails with the 3 black stripes. And if you see this guardrail, you pretty much know you're in that Bicol region. And yeah, they're found pretty frequently throughout the entire province. So yeah, if you see one of these, you can get a very good guess, especially like in this southeast of Naga portion of the Philippines. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about the Philippines. I know I did while looking for locations for this video, just because, you know, the Philippines, man, it's such a difficult country. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next Sunday for another 5 Metas Every Pro Should Know video. Peace.